Hi guys, it's Kathy from Maryland. We are going to finish this amazing Asian-inspired journal today. This was my failed cover. It was a little bit too small from the first part of this video. This is part 2 today. We're going to make some really fun ephemera. We're going to decorate maybe like 50% of the pages here. The other ones I've done off camera. Then we'll do a flip through at the end. And it's just chocked full of some inspiration and fun ideas. So thanks for being here. Let's get going. So the next thing I thought I'd like to do is just make some journaling cards to go in the journal. These actually are a Elizabeth Craft Design product. I'll put the name of the paper in the description. I think this is the Abandoned series. And I believe that the size of these are like ATC cards, but I'm going to use them and cut them up and just make little journaling cards. But I thought what I would do before I cut them up, I just wanted to make them a little bit more interesting and then maybe put some journaling lines on the back. Oh, there's our little stamp. We went to this RV show yesterday that I'll tell you about. Oh, and that's a new bruise. Look at that. So what I'd like to do is use the Stampers Anonymous Wildflower CMS 253 collection to put a wildflower on each one of these. And then we'll turn them over and do a little something else on the back. So the 3 colors that I've picked out are colors I feel like are in my journal quite a bit. And those are Broken China, Fossilized Amber, and Versafine Clear Tulip Red. I'm also going to use a little bit of this sand dune for some more neutral. So we're just going to get started with that. And as I said, the whole thing isn't formulated yet, so I just thought I would get started. And oh, that's real glare. Let me just turn that off. Wow. And see where we go. I'm just going to pull all these off. Plainer ones. I was thinking about maybe doing a little background. So I was going to use this. Sorry guys, to back up a little bit. Stampers Anonymous School Desk CMS 057. Because I love the lines, so I'm going to stamp that on the back of these cards. But it also has a couple interesting stamps just in general that I am going to put on a couple of these more neutral, or plain, not neutral. So let's try this with this Versafine Clear Sand Dune. I think the rest of them have enough interest. So we're going to put this aside for a second, that one. Now we will get into doing the flowers. So anyway, what I was going to tell you was, it was really fun. We went to this, we've been waiting for this RV show to come to Baltimore because we were thinking about buying an RV. We live in Baltimore and our kids and grandchildren live in Massachusetts. We're trying to find a way to spend more time up there as we enter our retirement years and just kind of get a plan. So we thought, well, there's been a bunch of different options in the works. One of the options was buy a piece of property, build a house next to our sons, and move up there. Now this still is not ruled out. However, to do it living from a distance, we're both still working, is very challenging. So we thought, well, we could Airbnb it out. We could build a house and we could Airbnb it. That worked. Good. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I might just do another one like this. I really like that. Of course, Kathy doesn't have to ink all the way to the bottom. Hello. So that is still a possibility. So in the meantime, we thought, well, what about getting an RV? Oh, so what I didn't tell you was we bought an acre of property right next to our son. So that has been a project of clearing and dreaming and all kinds of fun stuff. But again, the reality of doing this from long distance is daunting, and I don't know how practical it is. And the whole Airbnb thought, while it sounds very fun and fruitful and everything else, I don't know, it just isn't sitting quite well with us because when you're 6.5 hours away, you know, if something goes wrong, the responsibility is going to come on someone else's shoulders, and that's really what we don't want. So we have been just brainstorming about some different ideas. I think this would be nice on this color. So we went to an RV show, long story short. That was a long story to get to that. So we go to this RV show yesterday, and I've been, of course, watching all kinds of YouTubers that are like full-time RVers our age, which is interesting. It's another interesting thought, except I have a tad of claustrophobia. I think I would probably lose my mind pretty quickly. So we went to this RV show, and it is amazing. Of course, we got a pass so we could go 2 weekends in a row. And, you know, these things are just like the Cadillacs of RVing. Just the different features are amazing. And of course, I fell in love with a couple in particular. But then they started talking about the maintenance and the gray water and the black water and all the things that you have to empty and refill, and there's just a lot of room for issues, even if you buy a new one. Never mind the gasoline, you know, to get from point A to point B. But I had all these big aspirations of traveling all around the country and going to some places where I would like to go, and that still is probably going to happen. I'm not ruling all of that out. I'm just saying that I think we sat down, we got home, and we both fell in love with a couple models in particular. And then the other big issue is storing it while you're not using it. You have to pay for storage. I'm going to put 2 of these on here. So we're sitting in our living room and saying we could probably stay in some really nice hotels and or even go like glamping if we didn't do this as an alternative. Still take road trips, still visit some cool places that we haven't been to. And I think I said the issue is it's kind of like a lifestyle. You step out of your RV and you're in the woods, you're in the outdoors versus being in a hotel. But the problem is neither one of us are very comfortable towing a vehicle or even towing a trailer. So we were looking at drivable RVs. And so you get to where you're going, and then what do? Sit down, sit and look at each other, call an Uber to go out to dinner. I mean, you'd have to, pack everything up and all your little things that you've put outside. And so I don't know. We're still sort of thinking about it, but kind of not. That's why I have the mark on my hand. It's from the RV show. And I also got my bruise from the RV show. I opened up a door and slammed it into the side of the back door. Another thing about living in small spaces can be trying. So that's my RV story. I like the black. I think I'm going to do another one. So if any of you have RVs, I'd love to hear from you. Okay, I like these, but we need to put something on there. One thought I had was not super exciting, but I think it might be fun. Okay, I'm going to just pull out a couple of these maybe and play a little bit with that. All right, so let's see. I'm going to leave this here because it's kind of helping me think. Of course, I could fussy cut those beauties. I really should. I mean, they are gorgeous. But what I was thinking was this area right in here is so pretty. That's probably all I would need to do. a whole slew of things that you could add on there, but I just thought it might be fun to use some of these beautiful digitals and maybe put a little bug on there or a label. We'll see. All right, I think that's all I'm going to use for bugs. And these 3, maybe 4, might just get a little label or something small with a little number on it, maybe something like that would be nice. I just like that. So I'm going to do a couple dangles here. Let's keep on rolling. So we've got these guys. We've got some cute little labels that I think we're just going to put on there. I think that little number 1 is my favorite out of all of them. Yeah. So here, we've got these fun little things, elements that are going to go on here. I think we just put them right on now before we cut everything out and turn this over. So let's go ahead and decide what goes where. That's kind of fun, right? I do think we're ready to cut these now. Let's go ahead and cut them. All right, the question is, do I want to round these corners? They all need to be inked. So first what I think we'll do is I wanted to put, I don't know why, it's just something I've been wanting to try. You may say that's not necessary, Kathy, and you're absolutely right. Just right. Oh, that's cute, right? You know why? Here's why. Because Kathy is left-handed and I have trouble writing. I like right uphill. So here are my cards. I like them. Aren't they cute? I don't know what I'm going to do with all these cards, but I'm happy how they came out. I cornered them all and inked them, so they're all ready to go. So I'm going to grab these up. They'll go in pockets, they'll go in belly bands, wherever, and I'm sure I won't use them all for this journal, but I thought they were cute, that little journaling space on the back, so I will put these aside. I got this little piece of ephemera. It's an old, it's very cool. It's Clark's Mill End spool cotton, and when you look at the ladies, they're holding a spool. It's an advertisement for Clark's thread. They're holding a spool of thread. Isn't that cute? And the person that I bought it from, somebody, he didn't do it, but somebody fussy cut it. So these little gals, I'm simply going to glue on here. Maybe put them down a little bit more so I can do something on the top. So they're all set to go. I like that. So remember I told you guys that I had gotten those cool die cuts. This was what it was on Amazon. It was called Cutting Dies or Gotch. 2 of those, the bird and a geisha. So I found this very cool piece of a book page, and it's actually part of Chinese history. I thought that I might just die cut her on there, and I thought that would be a really pretty element on a page. I think I'll do it like that. I'll get a little bit of the bottom there. Be right back with that. Oh, that's pretty. It's gonna go well. Isn't that pretty? Yes, yes. That's gonna go right on there. Oh, That little element right there makes me happy. So this guy, I was thinking about another flip out. Use that nice page. I suppose if you did something like that, you could have something behind this, which could be really pretty thing. So I guess if there's journaling space, it'll be on the outside. That's awfully pretty, isn't it? Question is, do we need anything underneath it? I think, yeah, I think I know what I'm going to do. I am going to block that. And actually, what's wrong with doing that? Oh, yes, but this is going to be a very light stencil. We're not going to get crazy with this. This is something that I think I'm gonna really like. I'm gonna use some speckled egg. I'm very happy I did it. I'm going to give it a little spritz. Try to get a little bit of oxidation going. That definitely makes me happy. So that is nice. Now we're ready to put this on. Guess what we're doing? We are making a little pocket. And one very smart crafter once said this, and I cannot remember who it was, but they said if you want to leave a little room for something in a pocket, if you glue it down with something in there, it kind of makes it puff up a little, leaves a little gap. I honestly don't remember who said that, but I thought it was such a good idea that when I remember to do that, I do it. I just stick a little something in there, and it just gives you a little extra gap to put a tag, because when you don't fold, have those extra folds, which sometimes we do with pockets. Okay, so what I want to do now in my journal is I thought that I would like to do a little stenciling. I'm going to try that new technique that Louisa talked about. Instead of using distress ink or texture paste to stencil through and then add an embossing glaze, I'm going to try this distress glaze like she showed us maybe a couple of weeks ago in a video that one gal, I don't know if it was called the Bryce effect, I can't remember, and I didn't look it up, I apologize. But anyway, it's cool and I want to try it and see what happens. The only thing I can't remember is if there was a drying time for this, but I don't think so. I think she put this on because this doesn't really dry unless you buff it anyway, get it pretty thin, because that's how I've used it in the past. So I can't imagine you'd have to let this dry, but we're going to find out right now. It's a very cool concept. And what I loved was Louisa said how sharp that it came out. So we're going to find out right now. And I think on this page, I'm going to use some vintage photo. I probably should have watched that video to make sure I'm doing it right, but I'll know pretty quickly if this is correct or not. Okay, here's that side. Let me just get a little brush here, and because I'm not sure about this, I'm just going to use my heating tool instead of my heat gun. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. I see what she means about the crisp edges. It does show through to the other side, so that's something to consider. All right, so I think on this page I'm going to use some texture paste. I liked this. I got a pack of these kind of generic stencils this size on Amazon, and I love them. A long time ago, and I don't even remember, so I just thought I would add a little something to this page here, and this time I am going to put something underneath, so when I dump that, I'm not getting that all over my fringe. So I'm just going to use texture paste. I love doing this. One of my favorite, I think, special effects on journal pages. I just think it's really pretty. You're getting texture and some color. So just a nice smooth layer. And I think for this one I'm going to use some of this Gina Designs Fine Detail Gold. Again, much easier to do it. Oh, that works good though when it's not in your journal, but I think that came out really good. So I was going to put one here, up in the sky a little bit there. If there was a way I could do that without that closing, I would do it, but what about that? Does that work? Maybe. I think it does, by golly. Okay. Do you guys like using texture paste? Let me know in the comments if you do. And if your technique is much different than this, it's always nice to know how other people do things. There, I think that's nice. Something on there. I'm going to use some speckled egg on this. Okay, this is going to be tricky. This is the last one I'm doing on film. Crazy girl. All right, those need to dry. I need to wash off my stencils, and I shall return. Yeah, so I had this idea of making these page tabs that look like the roof line of like a Japanese house or Japanese temple. So I've sketched out this little thing. I think it's gonna work. I took some of this Tim Holtz Ranger craft stock and sanded it. I do want to draw a couple little lines. You know how the tops of those houses look like tile, and they're kind of like columns. So I might try to do that. Looking good. Here we go. Fun. So I'm going to use the Distress Glaze a little bit. Goes a long way. Put on some gold. I am in love. Oh yeah. Look at my little top. Isn't that great? I don't like that black. Yeah. So, but that's okay because I just found out how to do that. I'm pretty excited. Oh my goodness. And it doesn't matter that it goes through because that is going to go on the side of the page. I could probably make, I've got 3 signatures. Yeah, I think 3 would be good. I'm going to go make 3 of these and I shall return. Oh man, I'm excited. All right, so what I thought I would do, I've kind of put some things in place that we could get started anyway and glue some things down. And as we go, I'll work a little bit. Oh my goodness, I'm really liking these. Just to put on as a little tab. And what I'd like to do is put a little dangle on them. So if that goes on like that, I think I should just get that on there. This has been super fun for me, guys. Now, if these work out the way I think they're going to, I am going to make a little template and put it on the description that you should be able to copy. So my question is, if I put this like this, does the dangle go here or up here and hang off. And I think probably the top. And then I can put my rivet in there. Yeah, that's a fun element. I'm like, oh, what is very cool about that Asian architecture? And I was like, the roofs. The roofs are amazing. All those clay tiles lined up. I'm gonna have to give this the old clamp with the clothespin. All right, let's keep moving. So what I realized was these great little things that have, I think it's Chinese, I'm not sure, are very thin. I've already ripped one. So I decided that I want to back those with something. And what I came up with is this paper is just really pretty. I'm just going to stamp the other side. Simple as that. Nice. I'm just going to do the same thing to both of them. I decided I think I'll do one actually green and one red. And I think that'll be very pretty. I think we can do both of these and then heat them together. Okay. Those came out good. I like that. We're going to just glue that right on there to strengthen that. And so that'll just be become part of that page. That's what I was thinking. I'm not crazy that that looks like that, so we are going to put a piece of washi tape on there. Oh yeah, this is nice. I think we're just going to go with these butterflies. Yeah, much better. Next time I do a journal, I'm going to be careful not to get pages in there so fragile. Much, much better. All right, I ended up finding some really nice complimentary paper from Elizabeth Craft Designs, and I will put them in the description. It's right here. This is called Harmonious Hodgepodge, and I love this. There are a lot of very cool pieces of scrapbook paper in that. It's double-sided. It's nice and thick. It's just very, very nice paper. That makes me happy. Got a couple things going there. Very good. That's great. I just want to stain this and put this on a page. I want to put a little something across the top, so fun little pocket. Jeez, Kathy. Okay, let's turn back to the beginning. Oh my goodness. Drama queen. All right, so I had a little thing here I was thinking about doing. I'm going to put this little, I guess it's going to be a pocket right here. I want to stamp this on top. It's definitely going to be black. Gorgeous. So then I have this idea, and I think it's going to be pretty. I found this amazing washi tape that I forgot I had, and I wanted something with like gold foil on it. And I feel like it's very Asian inspired, both of them. So I'm pretty excited that I found that in my washi stash. So what I'd like to do is put this little card down here. Working with those clothespins is interesting. I have a flower I want to go on. So this has to be done in layers because I've got a couple other elements. Let's get this on first. Okay, well, I'm putting this on the edge here, so that's okay. Actually, I might have another medallion. Might work a little bit better. So I went and die cut some bamboo and some of the wildflowers and just had some fun getting some cool elements that I think will add a lot to the journal. That's pretty. Ooh, I kind of like this. I think we are going to do a little pocket out of this. So this is going to go here. And I'm okay with it coming off the edge. Can't do it anymore with the clamps. Oh gosh. And this guy is going to go over here. So that part of the pocket, that's okay. I am good with that. Okay, I'm happy. I was thinking about putting a piece of bamboo on this page, just because. Okay. That's very nice. I do have this beautiful thing here. I don't know. Might be a nice place for that. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. Perfect. I am going to put the link for those die cuts that I got on Amazon. It was a 4-pack, and I'll tell you, they are just beautiful die cuts. And it was like $8.99. All right. I'm just going to flip through, and if I find something that I have a thought for, I will stop. I did make this crazy tuck spot that we may end up. What do we think about that? I really like this little tuck spot. I do. Oh yeah, we'll find something fun to put in there. Handsome grasshopper. Yes, I'll go back and do some gold splatter. Ooh, look at that. That might need to get covered up. I think that's I was thinking maybe tearing a piece of this new washi. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. And I think I might keep it the whole width. I think that should be fine. So what I did for some of these is I just used my digitals and just cut different shapes. That's going to go like that. I also have a couple of these beautiful little black flowers. Little tiny ones, which are very sweet. And then this is also a pocket. We don't have to do anything to that, sweetie. I also cut some brown flowers. Just kind of simple and nice. I like that. Let's see if there's anything from this little stack that might complement that. Do have that cute little bug. I think I really like that. This is weak. This is one of those weak pages. Yeah, we might just do that. I think it's coming off, folks. At least the other side is completely secure. And a pretty page, though. That could definitely happen. I found some. All right, let's get this glued in. Like 3 little hinges right there, just to kind of make me feel better about that. This could be nice. Good enough right there. That's perfect. See, something good came out of that page ripping off. I think this is going to be cute. Okay, let's fold these in half and get them glued on. That is going to be one nice page. That is an Elizabeth Craft design scrapbook paper. It could be the abandoned. I think that's kind of a cool look, actually. I like that. So we've got our gold splatter over here. And we've got our little Asian-inspired strips there. Nice. It could be really cute right here. So I guess you might ask, should he go down here like this? I kind of liked him up there. Oh, that's sweet. Very nice. Now we do have that. Gorgeous. Wow, that's pretty. So it's a weird shape, and maybe something will come to me. That's nice. Ooh, see what I mean? It's like not even sticking. I think because that gold is basically plastic. Yeah, I think we're going to do the half and half. If I have to come back and glue that, I will. That's cute. I really like that page now. Journaling page. I put a pocket here. I like this. I thought that I might circle back, and now that I have these cute little black flowers, yes. Sometimes you just pop something on and you're like, could that be any more perfect? Tuck space. This is so pretty. Okay, this is what we're going to do. This guy is going down on the page, I can tell. So let's just get him down. These really cute medallions too, but I kind of like this rose. Okay, the cheesecloth is going on. I'm going to stop playing with it. And just put it on. Wants to join the party. There you go. Got these little button type things that I put glossy accents on, and I could put that right there with a little piece of embroidery floss, and that might be cute. There. I like that. It's cheerful and it's cute. And I think it's a nice balance to that page. Yeah. Do we want to do anything with this? This is nice. You know what oh, look at that with the birds. Go down the side of this with a little bit of glue and put that lace on. I think we're going to even find something else to go on this page. Yeah. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. So I have these cool koi fish that I'm going to put right here, and it still leaves plenty of journaling space. Try to go as high as I can. Do any of you have a koi pond? We've never had one, but I've had friends who've had them. And it's amazing that in Maryland they last all winter in that little pond. It's pretty incredible. All right. The other thing is I might start filling these pockets a little bit because I ripped up some fabric to use for a little bit of tags. I'm just wondering if maybe I would want to use anything on here. Just kind of playing, thinking about it. I think we'll put that on there. That's better. I mean, I suppose one thing that I could do that might be kind of cool is just start a little longish cluster. What's wrong? show you. Look what I did. I decided to put the lace on the front, and I put that down the middle, and I wrap that around. And this is the lace that I used to do a lot of my coffee dyeing on my papers. So I thought that was fun. I wanted to show you guys that. And I used Fabri-Tex, and I think it came out really good. I think that's holding okay. I might have to tweak that a little bit and put a tassel down here. But I just wanted to do something on here, and I wasn't sure. I was playing around with the lace, and I was like, oh yeah, that is the thing to do. So we are getting there, guys. Okay, I have one last thing I'd like to do, and then we're going to wrap this up, and I'm going to do a flip through. I am really excited about this, guys. So I took that Asian book that I have, the entomology book, and I printed out, enlarged and printed out a couple of pages, and I'm going to make a pocket for the front and back cover of the journal. So what I'd like to do is just a couple special things to this. Put a notch in it. I'm going to sew around them, and then we'll put those on the front and back. So what I wanted to do is take some distressed oxide spray and speckled egg and just add a little bit of color to these before I do the next step. So let's do that. I like the way that separated around the letters. I might leave it like that. I was gonna take the dryer to it, but I kind of like that. How it separates away from the ink. I think that I am going to have to wait for these guys to dry a little bit. Vintage photo and speckled egg is just a winning combination, isn't it? Look at that. Doesn't get any better than that. Okay, here we go. Yay, I like these. I think I might be putting something across here. So I am okay bringing that down. That's all that's going to get done right there. So let's go ahead. We'll do one at a time and get some of this distress glaze. I really do like using this for adding embossing glaze. Louisa was absolutely right. And that other gal that tested this, really great. Try not to get too much on there. All right. Let's go in with some of this antique linen. And the beauty of this Ranger Distress ink is that it's transparent, translucent. So you'll still be able to see those beautiful Chinese characters and the bee there. That's why I was excited when I thought of that, because I didn't want to lose that. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Let's just remember that we are still going to be able to see through it. And that's exactly what I wanted.
Let's get that lined up.
Here we go. Let's do this. This is exciting. Oh, guys, I'm excited about this. Oh, I think Louise even said that it somehow almost kind of magnifies the text that's under it. And I think it might have something to do with the fact that that's kind of like the glaze is kind of like an oil base. But that is sharp looking. Oh, I like that a lot. All right. Shall we put these in the journal? It's got all kinds of stuff on there. All right. Oh my goodness. So this, I would put that one facing, yeah, this one facing like this. But you know what has to happen with this, I think? I might have to put a book on here. I'm just going to glue these on, and I will see you guys later when that dries, because I really do think I'm going to have to lay a book on there because I can't get my, my little clamps up there like I normally use. So I shall return. I'm excited. Yeah, so I added that piece of ribbon right there along the top, and can you see the shine on that? Oh, love those little cards. I just think they added a lot to this. Guys, we're ready to do a flip through. Just a quick flip through. You've seen a lot of these pages as I've been working on them, so I don't have to take a lot of time doing this. Let's just get going. So I've added a lot of the ephemera I made to the pages. So there it is, Oh, this was really fun to work in. Thank you for, if you're still here, for sticking through to the end. So I'm very excited to announce the opening of my new Etsy shop called Inspired by Kathleen. It doesn't have much in it yet, but it does have these beautiful downloads that I'm going to show you right now. You've seen me working in these beautiful pages, so I don't need to take a lot of time with this either, but I took some coffee dyed paper with lace on it and some beautiful vintage images and overlaid them on some different backgrounds, and they're just a lot of fun to work with, a lot of color. I love color, and all kinds of different Asian inspired images that I think you'll enjoy working with. And as you saw, I used a lot of these to cut up different ephemera for tags and belly bands and things like that. This is the one that's a bonus. I didn't include it as the 10 300 DPI because this isn't 300 DPI. So this is something that I purchased up in New England, the black. It's actually an original sketch, and when I enlarged it, I couldn't get it to be the 300 DPI. So it's beautiful and I love it, but I just included that as a freebie. And these are some tags that you could copy onto some nice thicker paper. Here is the foldable folio. I did the front and the back. Pockets for the folio. And these are the beautiful little Japanese rooftop tabs I made. I told you I would do those. So this actually will be included as a link in the description. And that's the actual size of the tab that you can copy onto some cardstock, something that you like, and then cut those out. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. I know this was a relatively long video, but I shortened it as much as I could. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch this all the way to the end if you're still here. I will put this on my Etsy page at some point. I'm not sure when. I want to appreciate it for a little bit longer. But thanks for being here, and we'll see you in the next video. And happy Lunar New Year to all of you who celebrate it. Bye.